Avery Jamison from Stoughton High School, and this is my prep profile.
Avery, all the snow we've gotten here. You're a runner. Well, how does this affect your off-season training in between cross country and track?
Well, it definitely makes running outside difficult. So I go to the pool a lot in aqua jog, and then I also go to something called acceleration down in Janesville, where you get one-on-one training, and then they specifically design a program for whatever sport you're training for.
How long have you been involved in that program?
This is my third year, and so I try to go 2 times a week, sometimes 3.
And how has that impacted you as a runner?
It's definitely made me stronger because, I mean, before I started this program, I never really lifted weights or anything, but down there it's made to make you stronger.
And how did you become a runner? You got involved, you said soccer and tumbling when you first started.
Yeah. I don't know. I think in middle school, I just knew I wanted to do a sport. And basically my 2 options for the fall were volleyball and cross country. I was like, well, I've never played volleyball before, so I'll just go out for cross country. And I just loved it. And so I've just been running ever since.
For you, track though is more.
Yeah.
In high school. You've used cross country more training, but also you've had some injuries you had to deal with, kind of unusual.
Yep, I've had compartment syndrome, and I think I've had it for maybe 4 years, but I never really knew I had it until the last year. So I had my first surgery about a year ago, and then I had a second surgery in August. So that's made cross country difficult. I actually had to just manage this year because I was recovering from my surgery. But hopefully it will make track a lot better. I mean, luckily I'm not running long distance in track, so it's not quite as bad as cross country. But I'm hoping that'll just bump me up to the next level.
You become a hurdler now. That takes a lot of guts, especially the longer ones, doesn't it? You have to have a little no fear, I guess, of falling, or how did you kind of gravitate toward the hurdles?
My dad was actually a hurdler in high school, and so he actually started my sister and I in summer track when we were younger. And I don't know, just something about the hurdles, about the fact that they were so different from just like running around the track just really drew me towards them. And they're so much fun. I love them.
Did you ever think about doing a pole vault?
Well,
that's too high.
Well, my coaches really tried to get me to do it when I was a freshman and sophomore, and it looks fun, but there's a little bit of a fear factor there too.
They said your role models are your sister, and your middle school and high school cross country coach Susan.
Yeah, my sister. There's just something about sisters you can't get anywhere else. She taught me how to do a cartwheel. She helps me with my homework, and so right now she's in college. She just studied abroad in India, and she's just having all sorts of experiences that are just amazing to me. And then my cross-country coach, Susan Zamish, she was my coach in middle school, and then she moved up to high school, so I've known her forever. I can tell her anything. She's just someone that I've grown so used to having in my life, and really there for me.
I said your most inspirational teammate, though, is Ashley Zaharnik, and why is that?
Ashley. Oh, she is a junior this year. She is just the most hardworking, kindest girl I know. I mean, she makes locker signs for the boys team even, which, I mean, that's not something the girls do, but she just did it anyways. And she is an amazing athlete. I mean, if I could have parts of her personality to just make me better, I would take it in a heartbeat.
Now, words to live by, always be a little kinder than necessary. It's as easy to be kind as it is to be cruel, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you just live by that, then I feel like that just makes everyone a little more pleasant to be around, and it can't hurt.
What do you like about Stoughton High School and the Vikings? What are you going to remember most about your time here, do you think?
Well, specifically, I'd have to say the music program, because I'm very involved in that. And then the sports, definitely. I mean, those are my 2 favorite things about school, sports and music.
In music, what all are you? You're involved in a lot of different things, right? Instruments.
I am in orchestra, I was in band, and then I joined choir this year. So that plus sports, it's a lot, but definitely Stoughton helps you balance all, like, two things plus academics.
So violin, any other instruments that you play?
Well, I was a percussionist, but I think I'm going to focus more on violin, especially when I get to college.
And what can you see yourself doing in college? Are you looking at studying music?
Definitely. I mean, specifically, I'm not quite sure yet. I do know I want to try to major in music, even though I'm not sure like what I want to do with it. But I mean, I know there's so much more to learn about it, so I might as well go for it.
And you're planning to attend Luther College?
Yeah.
How did you decide that?
Well, my sister goes there. She is going there for biology. And so I visited her there a lot, but then I also took a tour of the school for me. And it's great. I mean, it's very heavy into music, which is exactly what I'm looking for.
And not that far from home?
It's about a 3-hour drive, so it's perfect.
Do you have relatives in the area too?
Not over there. I actually do have a cousin that is a freshman there, so that'll be nice.
That doesn't hurt, does it?
Yeah.
From a volunteer standpoint, it says you work as a lifeguard and a swim instructor, but you never really were into the swimming aspect.
No, I did about a year of competitive swimming, but I didn't like being wet all the time. But my sister was a competitive swimmer in high school, and so she got a job at the pool, so I think I was just like, well, I could do that too. So just kind of followed in her footsteps there.
Now you'd like to visit Hawaii, but your favorite place is your grandma's cottage on Lake Michigan.
Oh,
Where?
yes. It is near South Haven, which I don't know if you know where that is, but from here it's about a 5-hour drive, and it's just it is beautiful there. It's perfect.
Is that kind of your hideaway? You want to get
A little
away?
bit. Unfortunately, my family only has time to go about once a summer, but I love going.
That's something that's circled on the calendar when you're going.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
And favorite athlete, is it Allison Felix?
Yes.
And what is she involved in?
She is track, so she's a sprinter. I don't know. She's great runner, definitely. But she's also very intelligent, a great speaker. I don't know, just something about her that I really like.
You said your favorite team, USA in the Olympics. So
I mean,
are you an avid, every waking moment watching the Olympics?
Every waking moment. You know, like the year before, I'm like, oh my gosh, the Olympics are going to be on soon. I mean, other than the Olympics, I'm not really huge into watching sports on TV, but when the Olympics are on, that's all I do.
Do you see yourself going to an Olympic event someday?
That would be amazing. If it's close enough, I will be there.
And favorite opponent, Ford Atkinson, is that in?
That's in
because
track.
of the track. Okay.
Yeah, actually, the reason for that is mostly this last year I kind of got to be friends with their hurdlers. So whenever we competed against them, I was like, hey, like, how are you guys doing? So it was kind of nice to like be friends and also competitors.
I have to ask, your favorite TV show is Psych. So who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite character?
I like Gus, just because, you know, he can be goofy, but he's the serious one.
He's a serious one. Sean's a little bit off the wall.
I mean, he's great for TV, but if I was around him, I might get a little annoyed.
And when you look back for a freshman coming into high school, you're looking at your experiences. What do you think you're going to tell them? What advice would you give them that maybe your sister gave you or that you've learned in high school?
The first thing I would tell them is just try new things, get involved, because that is the way you're going to make new friends. That's how you're going to find out what you're good at, what you like. I mean, that is definitely the way to go.
Well, congrats on a great fall. Good luck with track in the spring and with your winter training in the snow and in the pool.
Thank you.